All right, guys, we're getting ready to go to Virginia. And before we go to Virginia, I just wanted to show you a couple of these clips. Yeah, got a new awning up. Didn't realize I should have got black, but it looked gray. But when you roll it up, there's a little bit of white. It kind of fades. So, but awning's up. Wasn't too bad. About $400 worth of parts, and we got it up. Me and Timothy. It's definitely a two-man job, but at least I know how to do it. Yeah, so the awning is done. I guess I should put the camera on, but I didn't. And kind of move my rig around the opposite way. There's my buddy Jimmy's rig. Nice shop. And yeah, so what are we doing besides the awning? Well, I've been working on the trailer a little bit because there's always maintenance to do. And as I roll back here, yep, I'll be pulling all these wheels off and replacing the seals and repacking the bearings. And yeah. All right, guys, I wasn't going to turn the camera back on before we hopped in the motorhome and head down the road. But I got to show you this. This has got to be one of the nastiest jobs to do. I hate doing this, but, you know, two things. It's expensive to have it done, and I want it done right, so you got to do it yourself. And I'm on this loose gravel here, which is absolutely pain, and I happen to be on the side of the sun. So, yeah, just wanted to show you. You got to have lots of paper towels, a place to dump all the grease, and lots of rubber gloves. And obviously, that's my way I grease them up. I don't hand pack them. I use this apparatus here. And yeah, the grease seals definitely would need to be replaced. And yeah, so I'm just going to show you what kind of mess this thing is. But the trailer's pretty stiff. I jacked that thing up in the middle and all wheels came off the ground. And yeah, it'll roughly take you about an hour a wheel. It'll take your time. But yeah, I just want to show you real quick, guys. It's a messy job, and I can tell you I hate it. All right, guys, we are ready to go. Maintenance all done on the trailer. Wheel bearings packed. New wheel bearings, the seals. Because they seem to go pretty quick. This is a 4-year-old trailer. So seals, bearings packed. Tires need to be changed. They're coming in this week, so I'm sure I can make this. Is only 125 miles each way, so 250. I should be fine. One tire is down to almost the wear bars. The other tires look pretty good, but it's time. So I got tires coming in. That'll be next week. It's a project. Let's get in the rig, start it up. I haven't started up this morning, but we'll come in here and we'll switch cameras and we'll be on our way. And we've just another rolling into Virginia Motorsport Park. All right, guys, we are ready to roll. It's like 9 o'clock. Yeah, 9:07. Tuesday. It's early, I know, but I always leave early so I can do these videos and do the editing. And they open today at 9 or 8. No, 8 or 9 or whatever. I think they might be open by now anyway. It's only 2.5 hour ride, if that. I don't have to stop for fuel. Don't have to stop for def. I got all the water in it. I got a banana for a snack. I don't really need one. I got my coffee. Let's see if it's still hot. Give it a shot. Sorry, guys, I don't mean to drink on here. Excellent and hot. Let's hit the road. Let's see if we can get out of here without hitting anything. Everything looks good. Pretty easy in, pretty easy out. Only, you know, I gotta lock the gate when I roll out, but not too bad. And then we're right on 96, which is a state highway, and we'll take that right to 95. Well, we'll take it to 42, then 95, but pretty much just state roads. Just gotta make sure I got everything, because, you know, I'm always forgetting something, always. But this is a short trip, so it shouldn't be too bad. Even if I forget something. Dan's coming up on, let's see, what day is he coming up? He'll be here Thursday early morning, so he's, you know, Dan doesn't like, he doesn't have to be here early. He's never here early, so. Let's see if we can get out of here. So we got this big tree here, but it doesn't seem to be an issue because I've already pulled out of here already. So, and it was really late at night or earlier in the morning. But we'll see how this goes. Oh. And we're off. So yeah, guys, so there's a race in Valdosta is a double, so I think that's going to probably hurt some of the car count for here, because obviously, you know, a lot of people are going to go there, especially if they're, you know, in the points and stuff. I was up in the air, but you know, it was going to be an expensive run, because it's like going to Gainesville, really, and gas, it's $5.60 now. When I filled up this, it was $4.60. So you know, I'm good for fuel for going back, coming back. I don't have to fuel. I don't have to touch stop at a fuel stop or anything like that. So, and then, you know, it's a long ride, and then I got, you know, Charlotte the following week, and I want to support IHRA a little bit, and just to show you, just to see what they're like, and I just want to go there more. This is the first one that's a quarter-mile track, so I don't know. I just figured, you know, just give it a shot. You know, it's a little hectic at Galat last year. I didn't go to Galat this year, so just want to, you know, they're close by. I just want to give them some support. We definitely need another sanctioning body to, you know, competition breeds a better product. Anyway, supposedly that's the way you're supposed to work. So, you know, I still waited back and forth, and I said, yeah, Virginia's just a no-brainer. So yeah, so who knows what the car count's going to be. I'm thinking maybe 40 stockers, 35 super stockers. I'm hoping more, but that's just kind of figuring out from Valdosta and stuff, and you know, I don't know. I think maybe a quarter mile might draw some people. They do have a you can register online and pay online. I didn't, and then you could see who's paid, and there was like 12 stockers that were on already. So I don't think it's not easy to find it, to find out who's registered. The website still needs a lot of work. It's visually, it looks fine, but it's not a user-friendly website, so that still needs work. Worked on the race car. I had a little issue with the race car, not a big deal. I put the race car, the car in the trailer at Gainesville, and go to tie it down. I look on the ramp, and there's drips of transmission fluid. I said, son of a gun, I just put the tranny in. Wound up being just the overflow tube, easy fix. So that was it. Nothing else to the race car I need to do. It's ready to go. So it's just, you know, working on the motor home, just little things. I put the awning up. I guess I should put the camera up on that, but that was kind of a two-man job, and it was over a couple of days because I didn't have all the parts right away, and but it wound up being not too bad. About $400 worth of parts, and Timothy helped me because it's definitely a two-man job, you know, ladders and two-man job. But it's up, and everything works, so I'm happy. I guess it could have been a lot worse. I could have had to replace the whole thing, which would have been about, I don't know, between $1,500 and $2,000 if you have to replace the whole awning. But these aren't the best awnings, but they work. And now I'll be a little bit more, you know, mindful that, you know, if it's a little windy out, it's going in. I'm just a little bit lazy when I just let it out, because I've never had a problem with it. I've had the motor home, and I'm on my 4th year, and I've never had a problem with the awning, even when it's windy. Anyway, guys, that's enough jabbing, and gonna have some coffee, gonna have my banana, and we'll be back when we're on 95, halfway there. Guys, we are back, and we're just leaving North Carolina, just getting into Virginia. I tell you, it's a blessing to take this highway for this 100 miles. This 100-mile run is just so quiet. There it is. Welcome to Virginia. And it's just an easy run for this 100-mile stretch on 95. It's probably the easiest. There are different stretches when you go to Florida, but this one is just always so quiet. Especially like if you leave like 9 in the morning, you're heading north, all the traffic's ahead of you. Yeah, I'm blessed to have a run like this. This is just, so we're a little bit past halfway. If we could turn the camera back on, not one single Muppet. I'm telling you, it's just, I know it's only a short run, and I've done whatever, 75 miles or something like that, maybe a little more, and but it's good. Life is good. Everything's running good. I keep my fingers crossed. Got my coffee, and yeah, I know, guys, you probably haven't seen coffee in the past, but I recently started drinking it, and well, believe it or not, at my age, I recently started drinking coffee. You figured I'd be drinking coffee, smoking cigarettes. That's the normal, right? But never smoked cigarettes. But The coffee, I don't know, I just started had a hankering for a coffee. I guess it's a quick story, since there's nothing to talk about much. You know, I guess what you guys want to hear about racing. When I grew up, my mom used to drink coffee, obviously, but she drank it black, and nothing in it, just black coffee. And so when we were kids, we tried it and said, I don't want to drink this, it was terrible. So I never got the hankering, but I did love the smell of it. You know, every morning you would smell the coffee that mom would make, and it smelled so good, but it tasted terrible. So I don't know, just the past year, I'm just riding my motorcycle with buddies. We stopped at a place to get something to eat, and I start smelling the coffee, and something got triggered in my head and said, you know what, I got to try it. So put a little bit of cream in it, you know, half and half rather, and you know, I guess you'd say I like it on the light side, and I liked it. So now I'm hooked. I can't start the morning without it. So I've finally become an adult. I drink coffee now. So yeah, but I thought that was kind of neat story. Anyway, I guess that's it. I just wanted to turn the camera back on, and I'll turn it. I'll have it back on when we get off that exit, and then, you know, rolling into the track. You know the deal, guys. And but it's been a pleasure. It's absolutely been a pleasurable ride, man. I wish every ride could be like this. All right, guys, we'll be back. All right, guys, we are back, and I just wanted to show you. I've taken that. We should have got off at exit 50, but I just wanted to take this road just to show you what it's like. We should be in that service road right there, and it's in the Hammer lane on the service road, and you'll see what I mean. But I just wanted to take this road just to show you what you got to do when you get off of 460. If you're rolling and traffic is really heavy, and it's just hard to get into this, and it's like a U-turn. I'm doing about 59, which is not too bad. But right now there's no traffic, so it's not bad. But a lot of people, like, you'll have 2 lanes coming in here, and like I said, it's pretty tough to come around this turn, and then all of a sudden you got to slow it down to pick up 460. I guess really it's 85 south. And just look at this, and you got to get over right away. So just a heads up, get off at 50, stay in the service road, not 51, stay in the service road on 50, and in the left, on the left side, you know, in the Hammer lane, and it'll just bring you right into here, so you don't have to worry about cars cutting you off or anything like that. As you can see, the turn is just really crazy. It's just a complete U-turn. It's more than a U-turn. And then when you're getting on the road again, when you're getting on the highway here at 85, you're in the Hammer lane. So you got to hammer down and then kind of, so this time of day it's not too bad, but if it's crowded, you know, they don't let you over, so you have to get over. So it's not that big of a deal, but it's probably the worst part of the trip. Like I said, it's really not that big of a deal. I just try to give you a heads up for guys that are not sure or haven't taken this run before. And, you know, I just see we're in the Hammer lane already. Got to get over. Well, there's no traffic, so it's easy to get over. Yeah, 10 miles to go. Yeah, roughly 10 miles to go. All right, guys, I'll turn it back on when we get off and get close, because this is going to be kind of a boring 10 miles. All right, guys, time to get off. Exit 61. Hey, you guys need to get fuel? Exit 61 is perfect. I think I've talked about this left-hand turn. Sometimes it's a little long because there's no light here and could have a lot of traffic. Well, it's a good fuel stop, and it's right near the track. Although, got a red light, that's good. Oh, nice. We lucked out. We absolutely lucked out. I didn't even have to stop. That's rare. Anyway, yeah, the fuel stop's up here, and so you're right near the track. Although, when I went to Florida with my discount card, as it rattles, a little bumpy there. As I went to, when I used my, there's a rig going in now. Used my discount card, it was $3.50 average a gallon, and now let's see what this station's got it at, $5.69, which is crazy. With a discount card, I don't know if this place takes a discount card. I'm still looking at $5 at any place where I stop, so it's easy $1.50 higher than it was when I went to Florida. Crazy. A couple of months and it went up $1.50. How crazy was that? Yeah. So yeah, it's right there. You know, if you guys need it. So you're seeing a rig pull right in, and we're just a couple miles up the road. All right, guys, we are here. Virginia Motorsport Park, sanctioned by IHRA. IHRA Outlaw Nitro Series. I did talk to Billy, and so that was cool. And I'm going to be parking where I normally park here, which is nice. It's just underneath the tree. I like it. It's quiet there. Anyway, so I could park anywhere over there, but it's dusty and dirty, and I don't like parking on that gravel stuff. This stuff is all taken, and we're here early. Now, it's not crowded here, but I just talked to Mike, and he says we expect a lot of pros and stuff here. This will all be filled. This is Lenny Loddick. I'll stop by here later. 91 feet long, that thing is. It's crazy. And that's not bad over there, to park over there. I could see Gene Jordan's over there. He usually parks near me down here. But it's dusty for the if fans come in, it's super dusty, and it's just not, yeah, it's terrible. And because the dust will blow over onto your rig. But it's kind of neat over there if you didn't get that part. So let's check out where I'm going to roll in. And pull up right about here. Go out and check things out. And yeah, so this is pretty much it. This is my spot. I always like parking over here. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm going to try to get this thing done today. I think I got plenty of time. There's not many people out here to do photos and stuff like that, so I think I'll just sit in the trailer, sit in the motorhome, do the video and have the roll in, and we'll be back doing the whole normal thing as far as driving through the pits and everything like that. But I just wanted to get this rolling into Virginia Motorsport Park. Man, I'm tongue-tied. And we'll be back later, of course. All right, guys.